What's up, everybody? This is again Domain of El Andalus Learning. And I just want to talk briefly about quote unquote native speaker teachers. Now, think about this. How many people you know that are native speakers in English? Does that automatically qualify them to be an English teacher every day, every week? I ask my students, what qualifies me to be a teacher? I teach English to Spanish speakers. I'm a native English speaker, but I always ask them, what qualifies me to be a teacher? Not the fact that I'm a native English speaker, because let's face it, most native speakers don't know how to explain rules and how things work to people who are learning the language. Because, why? We don't learn rules, we just grow up speaking it and learning how to speak it. That's it. Now, one thing that I would say having a good native, maybe tutor, would be good, is they can help you work on your accent. If you were looking for a particular accent from a particular country to sound more like that particular accent, or pattern your enunciation or your rhythmic flow towards a certain accent, then maybe as a native speaker that would help you as a tutor. But ask yourself, just because someone's a native speaker, does that automatically qualify them to be a good teacher from someone who is not a native speaker of the language? It's a great selling point as far as business is concerned to romantically sell a product to you. But other than that, look beyond the fluff. Look for the quality. So, what I did, I just want to present to you real quick, a brief interview I did with a good friend of mine, and asked him about his experiences having two native speakers in the target language of Spanish. Sit back, enjoy. Please comment below and tell me your opinion. Thank you. Alright, what's up, everybody? Once again, this is Domain of El Andalus Learning, conectando culturas a través del lenguaje, creando solidaridad. And I'm here with
Carlton from Carlton's Travel Adventures. How you doing, man?
Get Your Passport.
Get your passport. And your t-shirt, too.
And your t-shirt. I'm doing great, man. Thank you for joining me again.
All right, no problem, man.
All right, Carlton.
Special guest today?
Yes, my special guest. So, Carlton, what I want to talk to you briefly about was your experience as learning Spanish with a native Spanish speaker. I remember you were telling to me about two teachers who were native Spanish speakers. One was from Venezuela and Colombia, right?
Correct.
All right. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about the experience, if it was bad or good, and how'd it go?
Okay. Well, the first one was actually a gentleman, probably high 30s. He said he was a professor. He's from Venezuela.
Okay.
He said he was a professor. I didn't verify that.
Right.
But he said that's what he was. He taught Spanish and English. And he charged me 60,000 pesos, which was kind of high,
okay.
I thought. I learned that after the fact it was kind of high.
Right.
And he wanted me to come, every day. Which, think about that, every day, 60,000, every day.
So that was every class, 60,000?
Yes.
And how long did the class?
An hour.
1 hour, okay, all right.
And, you should have known what the market is, because, I'm going to do my research anyway.
Exactly.
It was too high. But anyway, so he wanted me to come to his place, his apartment, which I did, and he would go around the apartment and point at things and have me repeat it,
You mean like point at a window and then say the
ventana,
word?
right. Floor, piso,
And so he would just point at things for an hour?
Basically, yeah. That's how he started. Well, I'm not sure if he wanted what the next phase would be.
Right.
But for the first 3 classes, that's what he wanted to do. And I finally said to myself, I can do that myself.
Right. Yeah,
I can go to my apartment and write the name of things down and put a tag on it, which is what I did, eventually.
Yeah, that's a good technique.
Put ventana, put it on your refrigerator, put a sticker there, wall, floor, right, piso, and practice that way.
Okay.
Why did I have to pay 60,000 pesos an hour to do that?
Right, exactly. I agree.
So disappointed with him. So after the third lesson, you get one. You got to come every day. I'm like, okay, you need me to pay your rent or something? Come every day.
That's a bit much. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I found out from talking to some other people that no, that's way too high out of the market. You can get it for about $45,000, a good price an hour.
45. Okay.
Yeah, that's a better price. And when I spoke to him, I said, look, man, you're charging too much. I spoke to him. Then he knew that, and he said, well, how much do you think you can, get it for? I said, 30 to 45. I said, okay, I charge you 30 to 45. I said, well, it's too late.
Just that fast, he dropped the price.
I said, well, it's too late. I wanted to get out of there anyway, but his excuse was,
right,
it's too high.
Yeah, okay.
Should have known he started too high.
Okay.
That was the first one. So I was disappointed in the first try. Second one is I have a friend, lady friend. We're not, boyfriend, girlfriend. We're real good friends.
Right, we're good friends. Yeah.
Actually, she's been on my video a couple of times. Just real good friends. She has a boyfriend. We're real good friends. She speaks English, and her sister teaches Spanish.
Okay.
In high school.
Right.
And
the friend, just make sure to clear things up. The friend is from Colombia.
Right. Yeah.
Native Spanish speaker.
Yeah. Paisa.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. She has like two sisters, and one sister actually teaches high school.
Okay.
Collegiate. I think it's like the last grade of high school.
Right.
And she recommended her sister. Makes sense. Her sister is really good. And I said, okay. I want to be a nice guy and
right.
try her out. Nice person. Probably in her high 30s, mid 40s. I don't know. But since she taught Spanish to Spanish kids.
Spanish speakers.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I guess you can't really just think it's the same thing as teaching Spanish to English people.
A non-Spanish.
It's not the same thing.
Right. I agree.
Because I feel like I was back in English class, we learning the verbs and all this stuff, And she started out with just all the verbs and the conjugate verb and the present, the past, the future, and all that stuff. And that's all that we're doing for a long time, And first price was good. I think it was like $30,000 or $40,000 for an hour and a half. I think.
Okay.
It was a pretty good price.
So how many times did she want to meet with you per week?
It was up to me.
Okay.
I said twice a week.
Okay.
Which was good. Then I said once a week. I felt bad. Worst part, when you know somebody, like I said, so I'd like to teach some people I know, learn from people I know, because I felt bad now to dump her.
Right.
And she came recommended from a friend of mine.
Right.
And now I got to tell her, I don't like what you're doing, and it's not working out.
Right.
And I feel I have a soft heart. Yeah. I want to hurt people's feelings.
You like to let people down easy.
Yeah, I don't like them at all.
Right. Or you don't like to let them
down. Right.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like to learn from people. If I don't know
you're
you
really,
at all,
really good friends with, or really, really close
with her sister, right?
Right.
And so I don't want to tell her why. And she keep asking me. Sister keep asking me, how's she doing? Is she doing good? She teaching you real good?
Yeah.
And I go, oh yeah, she's okay. She's good. I'm thinking, oh no, I would tell her that.
Yeah.
I just don't like what she's doing.
Okay.
Sitting there just congregating the verb of present, past, future, put them all down and going through the stuff.
Did she give you any working examples besides just conjugating verbs?
Yeah, some working examples,
okay,
but
all right.
I just can't sit there and do that. It drove me nuts for a while.
Right. How long would you say one class session lasted? 1 hour? Or?
Up to an hour and a half, about an hour and a half.
Okay, about an hour and a half. So,
and she tried to, she tried to change it a little bit once or twice to some reading stuff, right? Actual reading, But when you don't know Spanish that well at all, trying to learn to read it, like a newspaper or an article, it's just it's difficult.
So let's see. Would you say, I don't want to ask you any leading question, any loaded question. Would you say you were overwhelmed with knowledge or information, or were you inundated with information?
Yeah, there's a lot of information, and it was good information, but I just couldn't take it in because it's just with all those verbs, this everyday different verb, and then congregate all the verbs and all different ways you use the verbs. It's too much.
Right.
It's too much,
Understood.
And try to remember all that every day.
Yeah.
I guess if I was dedicated enough, I'd sit there for 5 hours, try to memorize the verb. But it's just not where I want to learn.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say no one should try to, when taking on another language, you shouldn't try to inundate yourself with more than 2 hours per day.
Right.
Because it can be overwhelming, and after a certain amount of time, your brain is not going to be able to absorb and process the information anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. So it wasn't a great experience 2 times. So I got kind of turned off a little bit from taking lessons.
Right.
And I just figured I learned, but with time, and people keep pressuring you about to learn faster, but I'm not gonna. There's no rush to learn.
Yeah, don't pressure yourself.
When I get there, I get there.
Right,
I know enough Spanish to survive. Do I know? If I'm with you, obviously, you know a lot more than I do.
We formed a two-man team.
So I lean on you.
Right.
But I should
lean on me.
Yeah, exactly right. I shouldn't really do that.
Why
it's
not?
just called you gotta, because if you're not there, I do it myself.
That's true, but when I am there, it's good to have a backup.
It's just easier to, to lean on somebody that knows Spanish. But when you're not there, I travel a lot all over Colombia, and you're not there with me, I can learn to survive.
Right.
I do enough. Do I know all the verbs correctly and all the I don't, but I know enough where people understand what I'm saying. I'm getting better every day.
Yes, you are improving.
And if it takes me 2 years, take me 2 years. I'm not gonna rush.
Right? No, don't.
People try to rush you. You gotta learn better. You be 2 years and a half. You should know better. Like, go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why pressuring me for?
We're not gonna be too violent to people or be too. We're gonna cut that part out.
That's the word hell.
Yeah,
it's not a curse word.
We can put that on YouTube, right?
Huh?
We can put that on YouTube.
Hell is not a curse
Go
word.
to hell. That's
not a curse word.
Right. We don't have to cut that part out.
Go to hell's not a curse word.
Right. Okay. So I was going to ask you a question. I forgot. Let's see. Hold on. In my think time, we can cut it out. And Oh yeah. So with learning Spanish, we know that you want to take your process. You don't want to be over inundated. You don't want to go to rush yourself too much. But I forgot again. Hold on. We're gonna cut that stuff out right there.
Okay.
We say that for the blooper reel. You, as a native English speaker, right?
Right.
Do you think you're qualified to teach English because you're a native English speaker?
Depends. To a child that's 4 or 5 years old, yes.
Okay. All right. To a child that's 4 or 5
To
years
adult
old.
that want to learn, read all the verbs and adverbs and all the pronouns and all this. That's not me.
Okay. So you would say just being a native speaker of the language doesn't qualify you to be a qualified
No, that's correct. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You have to know how to teach.
Right.
And know how to teach a certain level of people.
Right.
It's a big difference.
It's an acquired skill set.
Big difference.
Yeah.
My opinion, anyway.
Teacher should always be able to prove themselves as they're educating different students on different levels and climbing up and growing with that student and watch them grow up to level, in a way you could say level up your language skills.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I speak, like I said, I speak English, but I wouldn't feel qualified in teaching an adult English.
Right.
A child, obviously, just doing basic stuff.
Right.
When you get into the real detail of the pronouns and the adverbs and all that stuff, I was never good at English that way. But MBA, I was good at numbers and math and statistics, but it's not my skill set to teach English.
But again, you are a native English speaker.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Carlton, thanks again.
No problem. Anytime.
I'll put the link to his channel down below in the description. Carlton's Travel Adventures.
Don't forget to check it out. And thanks for being on your channel.
All right.
All right, man.